that picture is. Yeah, that's perfect right there, dude. Awesome. Okay, so we've made really grip change. We've made a change within our takeaway and kind of our rotation a little bit. And you know, one of the biggest concerns, and one of the first things you said to me when we started was, okay, I need to be able to take it from the golf course, or sorry, from the range to the golf course. Right. And it's 100 yards over there, and that's obviously an issue with everybody. So a couple of things that I'd like to see you do, Dave, is just switch places for me for a second. Today, we really worked on, you know, really getting our turn, which was the last lesson, but really for you today was understanding the position. And I never really set a position, but I had you feel it, okay? And so one thing I'd like to kind of see you do is, you know, you're gonna hit your golf shot, and even if it's just a matter of just kind of putting just your right foot behind a little bit and just getting to this point. And when we were in our lesson, we had a tee pointed down at the golf ball. Obviously, you're not going to have that on the golf course, but just to start to see how much of an angle this shaft needs to be versus your old, that shaft was very straight up and down, okay? So, you know, when you're taking your practice swings here to here, and you're just holding that finish, you know, whether it's 2 to 3 times, but to get to this position and feel this change, and now as we're on the course, you know, just a little bit earlier we had talked about your pre-shot routine, but just kind of throwing this in and feeling what you want to feel before you then get to this point and pick out that target. So that would be the one thing I would really like to see you do, is kind of get to this point, really hold it, see how much that shaft is at an angle, and then bringing it through, and for your point of just trying to kind of stay loose and get to that position and feel that. So, yeah. Any questions there?
No, and when I was talking about earlier, I mean, from here to there, it's like you come out here, you warm up, you hit like 4 or 5 drivers, and boom, 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 and then go over there and hit the person in the tree.
Yeah.
So I think that's not the physical, that's the mental.
No, and
it's
so
like, don't go right, and get up there and get it right.
So that's the whole mental, and one thing we can really do to try to eliminate that is go through your routine, and obviously it's a matter of having trust, and you're just getting started with these changes. So the more reps you can put in here, but yes, once we do get out there, it's a matter of combating yourself, you know, with those negative thoughts, and really saying, okay, I have put in some work, I know the changes that I need to make. If I go through my process and believe in myself, I think over time I will have, you know, more good shots than bad shots. But what happens is those bad shots are just running through your head, or those bad thoughts, and that's obviously what's, you know, could potentially happen.
That's exactly right. What you said is, I mean, trust what you know, and I know that if I do this thing and if I do it correctly, all will be fine. That's part of it. Yeah. Anyway, it's gotten good. Especially, again, from early on this year when I core swing to, I mean, the last couple of weeks, I mean, it hasn't been nearly as big a deal. But again, before, when I had the bad ball position and everything else, I mean, when you got
you didn't know what your miss was going to be.
Right.
And now you can kind of count on a little bit of a miss that obviously should be a better contact than what your old miss would have been also. So.
In fact, we played yesterday.
Yeah.
I missed one too.
Did you really? Okay.
I mean, so the driver has improved. I mean, distance-wise, again.
Yeah. Have you seen any distance with the driver? We haven't really talked about that. Not too much.
Not too much,
okay.
but and I always, or I shouldn't say always, but I mean, I was able to keep him in play most of the time, but I didn't hit every fairway they won. But
sure.
So it seems to be more consistent. In fact, we went out to Sutton Day last week, and I did not miss a fairway.
Seriously?
Yeah. I know it was a fairly calm day.
Yeah.
So that was fine. But so
now, yeah.
So that's awesome. Yeah. So obviously the score helps when you're hitting from the fairway as opposed to trees. So it all.
I think maybe I was gonna say maybe you haven't seen your highs be as high, or when you felt like you haven't played as well. From that perspective, a little bit.
Yeah. That's probably true.
But how was the Prairie Club? Or sorry, the Prairie Club. You got Prairie Club on your head. How was Sutton?
Sutton Day was good. I mean,
I haven't played the new course yet.
Haven't you?
No.
It's not nearly as scenic and.
Because you're up top, right?
Everything is up top. So a lot of the holes kind of the same. I mean, I couldn't tell you the difference between half a dozen holes, unlike the old ones. I mean, but but they got. I mean, it's in great shape.
Yeah.
And it's just a nice atmosphere out there. It's nice to get away. So it's all good.
Yeah, for sure. Cool. Hit